Welcome to the Champagne Way,
a podcast devoted to living every day like a celebration.
Welcome to the Champagne Way, episode 38. I'm Jess.
I'm Trina.
and I'm Lindsey.
On today's episode, we are going to talk about if a fast food restaurant is actually going to pay for your student loans. And we are going to introduce the Champagne Way Summer Series.
Ooh.
I know. So, Trina, what's in our cup?
Alrighty, this week we have the, well, I'm going to butcher this name, Freaksinet? Freaksinet?
Sure.
Yeah.
I like freaks in it.
Freaksinet. It kind of sounds like something you get freaky with. I don't know. Freaksinet. It is a brut cava. It says Cordon Negro Method Traditionnel.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's a brut cava.
Mm-hmm.
How does it taste, guys? What do you think
I
about
like
it?
this one. This is one I usually keep in my wine fridge. It's a relatively inexpensive bottle. It's a great table champagne. I feel like this one brand got me through law school.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. It says on the back of the bottle, and I guess this actually, it gives me like one of those like hooked on phonics versions of how you are supposed to pronounce this. I did not say it right. I think it's actually supposed to be freshen it.
Oh.
Freshen it. But it says, I mean, obviously it's like Freixenet. I mean, Freaksinet.
You did your best.
You did fine.
I did my best.
Yeah, no, this is pretty good. I've definitely had this before, but yeah, it's always an oldie but goodie.
Now, in the Brut Sparkles, do you taste a crisp apple and pear flavor with a hint of ginger?
I'm getting a ginger.
Getting the ginger?
Hold on just a tick.
I'm reading about it. I haven't tried it yet. Let me try some here. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can get that little spicy ginger there.
I don't necessarily. I get the pear a little bit more. I think
Okay, I guess it just depends on your taste buds.
a little pear and a little ginger. I don't know if I get the apple as much. I don't know.
No apple.
Pretty good though.
Yeah, I like that.
I would probably give this on the Lovely Bubblies list. It's definitely probably a good easy one to introduce at a party or like to have at a social gathering. What's the price range on this one?
It's around $12, $13.
Oh.
And they actually have a couple different kind. Like this one has the gold foil on it. There's also a blue foil. So they have some fun different kinds.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like it. And this, I'm sorry, I just have to tell this story because just us talking about this made me think of it. This past weekend, I went and stayed with my future in-laws, and my lovely future father-in-law always provides some bubbly for me because he knows that I enjoy that.
Oh.
I know. So I was going to be around the pool reading and drinking bubbly. But he asked the question, and he doesn't listen to this podcast. But he asked me the question if I ever drank Prosecco.
Oh.
And I was like, well, yes, Lee, I do. And I said, I don't go around drinking champagne all the time. I wish I did. Listeners, if you remember, it's really only champagne if it's, made in the Champagne region of France.
Right.
Anyway, so he's like, oh, well, okay. I didn't know if you'd ever had Prosecco, but I got you some Prosecco. And I was like, great. Like, I mean, I don't know if we're in a small town in West Tennessee. I don't know what kind of Prosecco he got me, but it was a bottle of La Marca, which is
nice.
one of our lovely bubblies. So
Yeah.
Well, that was nice.
Oh.
I know, but
Daddy Lee did good.
I know, but I just wanted to share that story because I just thought it was really cute. He was like, I don't know if you ever had Prosecco. I just thought it was real funny.
Are you going to call him Daddy Lee when y'all get married?
No.
I'm like that. Just the way you say that makes it sound like it shouldn't be said.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know about that, but anyway.
That did remind me of a little funny story from just yesterday when I carried something over to my sister's house and my oldest niece looks at it and it said the Champagne Way on top. And she just goes, oh my gosh, what is this Champagne Way? You've got it. I've seen Nina have it. And this is my sister. I've seen it around our house. I've seen it in other places. Like, what is this thing that you guys are so obsessed with? And I was like, that's my podcast.
Oh.
she was just like, oh yeah, I heard you talk about that. Now granted, she's like 15, so
Yeah.
of course she doesn't really pay attention or listen to the
Sure.
podcast, but it just cracked me up because she was just like, oh my God, what is this champagne way? It's everywhere.
It's an obsession for everyone.
I
Yes.
mean, I guess it's not in her niche yet because she can't drink yet. But
It made me really proud of my sister because apparently she has enough stuff around her house with like the champagne wave written all over it that clearly my niece has been like, oh my God, it's everywhere.
I
yes,
love
niece.
it.
Yes, it is.
And then she came over here today and literally pointed out like so many different things where she was just like, you have a problem. You have like an obsession with champagne, don't you?
Oh my God.
Yes, I do, but it's not a problem.
No, definitely not.
But it was really funny.
That's good branding, though.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right, for champagne shout outs, we are going to celebrate all the new graduates, whether you graduated from preschool, kindergarten, high school, college, nursing program, master's, law degree, doctor school, what else?
All the things.
Astronaut school.
Congratulations on being a badass.
Yes. And also champagne shout out to all the family members, friends, spouses, kids, everybody like that supported you.
And basically put up with you while you did all of your whining about school.
Yeah. And just think now, you have all kinds of student loans to pay back.
Yes, unless you had scholarship, which if you did, good for you. But most likely not, because I just want to let you guys know a fact that is not pleasant. So drink up because it's sad. Borrowers in the U.S. owe a record, ready for this number, $1.5 trillion in student loans, with 44 million Americans affected.
Okay, so like you're talking about like 1 point whatever trillion divided between all of those millions of people, right?
With divided among 44 million Americans. I happen to be one of those 44 million Americans affected.
Me too.
Me too.
Okay, well, we're all affected. Mine's not from undergrad, where I met these lovely ladies. I thankfully had scholarships for that, but I made the wild and crazy decision to go to grad school, and I have quite a lot of student loan debt from that.
Oh, see, mine was undergraduate,
Mine
but
too.
I moved from out of state and came in and had one semester of out of state tuition, and then I got in state. But since I would moved into the state, I wasn't eligible for any of like the state grants.
Oh.
So it was just like you just got to get it all covered.
Yeah.
So lovely student loans come into play there, but
Yeah, well, and it's really sad because not only does it affect younger people, so just graduated, or people our age who haven't just graduated but are like in our 30s, but it is also affecting older people, and I mean like people of retirement age.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually read a story about a woman who was in her 60s and still owes $40,000 from when she went to law school.
Yep.
not surprised. I mean, at all, especially because every time you have a moment of deferment or forbearance, like that just adds up and adds up. And they don't teach you enough, like when you're younger about how that stuff adds up. Like you should at least pay your interest and all that stuff. Like you learn the hard way for most people.
That interest.
Then it hit me a couple times and I was like, oh, that's so horrible. It's just like my loans seem like they keep getting bigger and bigger and not smaller.
They do. They do. That interest will get you.
Yeah, I remember I took out a little extra one semester just to live on, so I didn't have to work the 3 jobs that I normally worked. And I went to the mall and I saw a really cute pair of shoes. And I was like, oh, I could buy these with my student loan money and then just eat ramen noodles for the rest of the semester.
No.
And that is what I did.
Okay. Well,
Now they're probably the most expensive valued shoes that you own.
I don't even remember what those shoes looked like.
Oh, no. But I probably did the same thing. I probably didn't use my student loan wisely when I was in grad school. I lived in Boston, first of all. So I took out the max amount for living expenses as well.
Yep.
And I went to a private school for my grad student program, which was dumb.
Yeah, I was going to say, I pulled out a little bit for living expenses, I think my last semester when I was interning, and then also to get, I was in an audio program, so I had to buy like a brand new Mac, and I had to get all of this like technology kind of stuff that is sad because it all became like quickly outdated because that's what happens in this industry. And yeah, I'm going to be paying on that stuff for so long, even though it's basically a brick now. It's a very expensive Mac brick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if you are in the boat that we are all in and you are maybe hoping for a quick fix miracle, do I have a solution for you?
I would like to know about that right now.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Burger King.
Burger King.
Burger King.
You mean the king in the commercials with the creepy
Yes.
face and everything? He's going to help us?
I'm talking about Mr. King himself.
How's he going to help us?
Okay. Well, if you haven't read about this, Burger King is offering a special promotion. They're holding a contest through June 7th. And you can enter to win. You don't even have to buy Burger King food, but you can. So go to your phone and download the Burger King app. Well, let me tell you first. So for one lucky winner, they will pay up to $100,000 off of your student loan debt.
Ooh.
That'd be amazing.
Yep.
That would be me. That would not cover all of my student loan debt.
Oh my God.
But that would cover basically most of my student loan debt. So, and for I think 300 other winners, they will pay $500 each toward their student loan debt.
Nice.
Which, I mean, $500 to your student. I mean,
yeah. I mean, for some people, that's like a 1 month payment on it or a 2 month payment on it. But hey, if that's 1 or 2 months that you're not having to deal with it, like, that's awesome.
That's a 1 month payment. So yeah, I'll take that, please. So let me tell you. So go download the Burger King app. And you can order food online, or you don't even have to buy food to enter because that would be a lottery system and that's not allowed. You can just enter your email address and your monthly student loan payment. And you can do it through June 7th. I think you could have done it once last week, and you can do it once this week. And on June 13th, they will pick their one lucky prize winner for $100,000. Now, if you don't have $100,000, you don't get that money back in cash.
I was about to say, so if you only have 40 or 50,000 in debt, like, you not get the remaining extra money?
No, sorry.
No. I would hope they'd give that to another person, but
yeah, I hope.
I just want mine paid off. I wouldn't care about getting any extra, honestly. I wouldn't even be greedy. I'd be like, no, just get rid of the, like, Marshall and I refer to it as the invisible car payment. Mm-hmm. So it's the invisible car payment that we will have forever. That's how we refer to it as.
Yeah. So lots of people Burger King's getting lots of flack for this, because some people are like, this is not the way to help all these people pay off their student loans. Like, you know what I mean? This is like some weird dystopian thing.
Why are you going to hate on someone for trying to help? Like, what are all these other people complaining about that? Like, what are they doing to help student loan issues?
Some people are like, this should be fixed by like government policy. And look, I work in marketing. This is totally a marketing ploy by Burger King to get people to download their mobile app. I get that. You know what? IDGAF. Mm-hmm. Because if I won, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, I'd love for our government to do a lot of things, but we know how slow we're all going to die before they ever figure out anything that is helpful to any of us.
They're a consumer business. That's what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand why people are mad at them for doing what they do.
I'm not mad. I think it's a great marketing ploy. And if they want to get people to download it and buy a Whopper and give someone money for their student loan, I don't care. If more businesses want to do this, I will sign up.
I'm just saying, like, that'd be like complaining about Wendy's. Their marketing campaign that's helpful is to snap a picture, like a Snapchat icon picture on their cups, and they donate to adoption agencies. What are you going to do? Go after them and be like, how is that really helping?
Right, because adoption can be notoriously hard. So
yeah. And a lot of people think that it's not okay to like fundraise for that kind of stuff, because they're like, if you can't afford it, should you really be adopting a child?
Oh my God.
Like, really?
Right. We can go into so many like rabbit holes with this. But anyway, congratulations to everyone if you just graduated. Mm-hmm. If you're in massive amounts of student loan debt, that is my tip for you. There's lots of other ways that you can consolidate your student loan debt. I just learned some this weekend, in fact. That's a whole nother discussion. But if you're looking for a quick fix or a miracle, I highly recommend the Burger King contest. So that's my tip.
Yeah, champagne shout out to you, Burger King.
Heck yeah. I'm going to go download that app now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys, it is summertime. It's the heat wave. It's hot AF. So we are introducing the Champagne Way Summer Series. Trina, kick it off for me.
Alrighty, as we have mentioned in the past, we are big fans of the summer bucket list. Mm-hmm. And guess what we have made? Just for you guys.
A bucket. We made a bucket.
We made a bucket. No, we made a bucket list for you guys. And it is amazing. So we made like a standard summer bucket list. It has a lot of like the things that we've talked about in the past. And we're going to go into a little bit more detail on those over the next few episodes throughout the summer. But we've also made one that is a blank one that you can fill in yourself. So if you want to go, if you've done everything that's on our like, you know, standard summer bucket list that you should do in your area, you can go through and create your entire like own bucket list, you know, especially if you're going to be going on a big vacation and your bucket list is made up of, you know, you're going to Greece and you want to do this, 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 and this there. You should put that on the list. So we're going to be sharing that on our socials.
Yeah, you can download it. You can print it out. You can put it on your little phone and write on it with your little finger.
Mm-hmm. You can do a snapshot of it from our Instagram once we share it there. And if you want to print it out and have it at home and do this as something with your kids, your friends, your coworkers, you can download it, print off copies of it, and share it with everyone that you know.
We're basically trying to help you have fun this summer.
Yeah, and enjoy every last minute that you have.
Even on these ridiculously hot days like we're having here in Nashville.
Yes.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's possible. I mean, Memorial Day just happened. Who went out to the lake? Who did something fun and amazing, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And so we're going to be sharing with you throughout the summer a couple of ideas, a couple of things that we can suggest. And also, if you have anything to suggest to our listeners, we want to hear about it.
That is right. So, what's up first on our summer bucket list there, Jess?
Well, we are starting with something champagne related, correct? Yes.
Yes. Everything is champagne related if you have a bottle.
I mean, duh. But this one in particular is very champagne related. And this is something that you can do for any occasion, but it's a great summer event, especially if you're outdoors. You know, if you have a patio, any way to stay cool. And it is a champagne swap with friends.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds fun.
Or it's actually on our bucket list. We have it as a wine swap, correct?
Yeah, but we changed it.
Yeah, we had it as a wine swap, but let's face it, we're the Champagne Way. We think a champagne swap would be so much better.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
You know, you do you. If you want a wine swap, a beer swap, a liquor swap, whatevs.
Ooh, you know what would be a really good one? If everyone came over with like those little alcohol popsicles and everyone did like a popsicle swap of like make their own little signature blend, whether it's a frosé or, you know, something that's maybe got a little liquor in it, or if it's got like wine or champagne in it. That would be a fun one too.
Yeah. It's another excuse for having friends over, trying something new and enjoying the day, the evening, the night.
And also, not that you need to have a reason to have friends over and do something fun like that during the summer, but let's face it, it's so easy to sit around, especially hot days, bad weather days. It's easy to just sit around like watching TV, cleaning your house, doing all the mundane things. Why not plan something fun that does have a little bit of theme and that kind of like gets you into your Pinterest boards that, you know, you probably haven't done anything on in a while, you know, make something fun and do something fun.
Exactly. And in case you're listening and going, what is a wine swap or a champagne swap or something like that? That is when you bring your two favorite bottles or you're the same thing, but two bottles. Yeah. And you bring it to your get together. And you open one so that everyone can taste, and then someone else goes home with the other bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are often done around the holidays. A lot of people will do them for around Christmas time. It's a great like ladies' night out kind of event. But why is it only during the wintertime? Like, this is a great summer thing to do.
Yeah, and you can do a couple of different things. One is you could do the 2 bottles, so everybody leaves with 2 bottles. You can do the open one, have everybody try it. They could draw numbers to pick. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it, and you can do little fun games, and whoever wins that game gets to pick the first. I mean, there's so many fun things you can do with this.
And if you want to make it super, super easy, have everyone bring just 1 bottle, their favorite thing, open all of them up, and everyone just have a big old taste test.
Yeah.
I mean, that's right. That right there, I'd be happy with that.
A little wine tasting, a little champ taste.
I'm really down with the champ taste just because it is hot out with the summer and champ is cold.
Yeah.
So I've got an idea.
Yes.
Why don't we as the Champagne Way host a little champagne tasting session with maybe some of our local listeners? I think that'd be fun.
Oh my gosh, party at Trina's. I'll just put her address out on Instagram and everyone can just come over.
I mean, we'll totally, set it up as the Champagne Cat Cafe that we talk about so often on here. I mean, everyone can come hang out with the cats, drink champagne, bring me champagne. I mean, realistically, that's what I want you to do. Is just bring me the champagne. So if you do that, you can totally throw out my address.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I love it, and let's do it.
That would be so much fun.
You're all invited.
You're all invited, but local listeners, that would be a great opportunity for you to bring us your favorite bottles.
Oh, yeah. We want to try it.
Yeah, that we haven't mentioned yet, and that I'm sure there's so many that we haven't tried. If you want to bring us a more expensive bottle to try, we would be welcome for that as well.
Yeah, that's totally fine. And then you can hear or actually try some of our favorites that we've talked about on the show. So, I mean, I think that would be a great little summer bucket list item. Yeah. What else is on our summer bucket list right now? What's topping the list this week or this month?
So a big one that's on a bunch of people's list is an outdoor movie.
Ooh, that is always fun. It's so summer. That screams summer to me.
Yes. And there's a couple of different ways to do outdoor movies.
Well, for us, we have outside of Nashville, I mean, it does require driving about 30, 45 minutes outside of town, but there are at least two that I know of outdoor drive-in movie theaters. And we're talking like the old school drive-in theater. You pull up in your car and you turn your radio to the station and all that.
I've never done that.
You've never done that? Oh my gosh.
No, you've invited me, but I have not gone yet.
It's one of our favorite things. Also, surprisingly affordable. If you hate the prices of the movie theater, because it's like $15 per person to go nowadays.
Yeah.
Pretty much in the evening.
It's like for the Stardust Theater, which is in Watertown, Tennessee. So it's about like 45 minutes outside of town. It's about $8, and that's for a double feature.
Yeah, and they're brand new movies.
Oh my, wait. Okay, well, I have some questions.
Okay.
So do you bring in your own food and drinks?
You can. You have to pay a little extra fee, or you can go to their concession stand and they have delicious food and snow cones and popcorn
and ice cream.
They
have pizza, they have burgers, they have sandwiches, they have chicken baskets.
Oh,
all the things.
Yeah.
We love to go and support and eat from the concession stand because we know that's how they make most of their money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But if we do bring in food or drinks, like it's okay to pay the small fee to them too, just because again, we know that's how they make their money. Yeah. And again, when you're talking like $8 a person to see two brand new movies, now it's not the same as the cinematic experience, like in a movie theater with the big Dolby sound and stuff. You're only getting the sound from your car. So, or if you bring like a portable radio, which I highly recommend depending on your place. And if you don't want to drain your car battery, bring like a little radio that's battery operated, and bring comfortable chairs.
Chairs. People have those blow up mattresses. At the very back, people with trucks can come and they put like beds in the trucks, and I mean it is a lot of fun.
It's an experience, total summer experience.
Yes.
It's totally worth going to do.
Now, a couple things to know is because it's outside, they cannot start the movie till it gets dark. And in the summer, it gets dark late, and then they do a double feature.
Oh.
It is a long night. Now, you can leave after the first movie. It's the same price whether you stay or go. So a lot of people do head out after the first movie, especially those with kids, just because it's like a 2-3 a.m. night if you stay for the whole thing.
Well, what's your favorite double feature that you've seen?
Ooh, I don't know. We've been a lot before.
We have. And usually at the Stardust, they try to do one. So there's 2 screens. And they each play 2 movies. And so one screen is usually kids oriented or at least kid friendly. And the other screen is more adults oriented. So they try to pair the 2 movies that you could take your kids to.
Versus like the other screen might be like an action movie and a scary movie.
Oh.
I can actually tell you my most horrifying experience at the drive-in.
This is my favorite one.
Please do.
Favorite experience.
This is totally Lindsay's favorite, but we're there and I was on a day because summertime, weather's a little bit unpredictable. We didn't have any twister moments or anything like that drive-in, but we did have a big downpour and lots of rain and lightning and all that jazz. And we were watching Conjuring?
Yeah.
Stop it.
And it was me, Trina,
Why
and
didn't I
Jay.
go?
I don't know.
I don't know, but like I'm like was I in the front seat or the back seat? I
don't
can't remember,
remember.
but I know that basically I was just trying so hard not to watch it, and like between like the windshield wiper blades going, I was just like, this whole setting is so eerie. It's like gonna stick in my brain for forever.
It was so scary, and Marshall was out of town, and so Trina was just with us, and she had to go home after. And I was like, "You can stay with us, no problem." But it was pouring down rain with the wipers going, with the voices and the it was
in the
amazing.
car. It's like kind of creepy sounding.
OMG.
Yes. And then I do remember after that, I told Marshall about how creepy it was and all of that. And we were down in like the garage and at nighttime, and he randomly like shut the lights off, clapped twice, and then shut the door and walked out. And I was just like, I hate you so much right now. If you don't remember that from that movie, that was like very scary.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is the outdoor environment very much adds to your movie going experience.
It's totally part of the experience. And like I said, even if you're watching like a cartoon movie, an action flick, it's just so much fun. And I think, again, part of the experience is going and standing in line for food at the concession stand. There's usually like a 20 or 30 minute break between the two movies.
Yeah.
So you get a break to go to the bathroom and come back.
Eat snow cones.
Get ice cream, all that. It is just a lot of fun. Now, if you might be thinking in your area that you don't have a drive-in theater.
Right.
First of all, definitely look and see if there's any in the neighboring towns. You know, a lot of small towns usually have them. So it might be a 30, 45-minute drive, but it's totally worth it. If not, there's plenty of other options in most cities.
There totally are.
Yeah, Jess, you go to one a lot. Tell us about that.
I do. There's actually a local brewery called Tailgate Brewery, and it's only about a 25-minute drive from my apartment. And they do their summer movie series. And this is a little bit different from the drive-in because they don't show new movies. But they show like some old classics that are so fun to go watch. And it's just like, it reminds you of summer. It's like summer classics.
That's right. We went and watched, was it Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park.
For Marshall's birthday one year. It was
Yeah.
so much fun.
And I
so
think
fun.
you went and saw Sandlot, maybe?
Yes. And I've also gone and seen the Goonies.
Oh, yes.
And so they have a setup. They have a where if it's like raining, they can set it up in like the pavilion, but it's the best when they can set it up in their back wall. And so they have like all these great local beers or ciders. And they have delicious pizza and wings. And so everybody brings their chairs and they set them up. And once again, you have to wait until it gets dark. So usually not until like 8:15.
Right.
But you know, you get there like an hour before and you like nosh and drink and everything like that. So the Goonies was super fun because like that's a movie from my childhood. I've also gone and watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I love that movie. It's so funny.
So they have a great lineup. So they just announced their lineup for this summer, and they're doing The Sandlot again.
Yes.
They're also doing some more kid-friendly movies, which is like, you know, fun, like The Emperor's New Groove if you want to get your Disney fix. They're doing Jumanji, which is like a great like mid-90s movie. So it's
I'll
just,
say they're doing the old one or the new one.
I hope it's the old one.
They were both actually good. The new
Yeah.
one actually was pretty darn good.
It was.
But I feel like they're pretty good about going back to like some classic like 80s and 90s movies, which is
Yeah.
like, to me, it's like just perfect summer.
Oh, yeah.
And again, this is, even though it's a brewery, it's very kid friendly.
Yeah.
There's also places around here that do, like the city actually does movies in the park. And I think they do that in more than one park around here.
Oh, yeah.
And also we've got down, I'm trying to think of which, Bicentennial Mall. They're actually in the old like amphitheater that they have that they usually do like summer outdoor concert series. They're doing one that's an adult only movie series there because they're planning on selling alcohol for it. And I think it's going to be a little bit more adult centered versus like the movies in the park are usually a little bit more family friendly.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I
So-
really like that idea.
Yeah, I think again, in a lot of cities they have these they have these options. If you look them up, you sometimes have to seek these options out.
Yeah, but they're available either in your town, city, or a larger city near you. So a lot of times it's worth a drive, you know, make it a weekend, make it a fun day.
Yeah. So that is on our summer bucket list that we're going to be putting out there. Those are two of the options on there. Make it your own. Try doing something fun. Get out of your comfort zone for the summer. You know, get off your couch and do something cool.
Yeah. So, guys, I made my summer bucket list.
Oh, now I am curious about this. What is on your list?
Okay. So, I want to make like, you know how everybody's making those green shakes right now, or those yogurt fruit shakes?
Yeah.
I want to make those into popsicles.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
then stick them in my champagne.
So, okay, so you want to make a healthy popsicle, but then booze it up.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would be pretty good. I make a green smoothie every morning, but it has no champagne in it.
Oh, see, we got to work on that.
Okay.
This is your new morning breakfast drink. Okay.
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 So I want to go to a murder mystery party.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
And if we can't find one, can we just make our own?
Yeah, you can. And I've done that before, but I really want to go to one. They have a murder mystery wine train that I'd like to do here in Nashville.
Toot toot.
I have heard about that, and I've wanted to go so bad, but
Yeah.
it's a little pricey, and it's
Yeah.
always sold out so quickly.
I know. So maybe I put that. But you can also host one. I've done that before. It's a lot of fun. So maybe that's my backup plan. I want to run through the sprinklers.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I haven't done that since I was a kid.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I want to play the lottery
Play the lottery.
and win.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I mean, I've done that, but yeah, okay. Or sorry, do you mean like scratch off, or do you mean like play the numbers?
I don't know all of it. Whatever's gonna win me money.
You better like come up with some numbers, and then you better get a scratch off. You better like get a combo going.
Yeah, probably so. I never have cash. That's my problem.
I mean, amen, girl. Who of us does? So you just need to like get you some cash. You better come up with some numbers, and that's that.
Yep. Okay. And this other one I'm going to mispronounce. Geocaching.
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 I want to do that.
Do you
Okay.
know what it is?
Look, I know geo. I know geo.
What?
I mean, geo's like the earth.
Okay.
Like geography.
Yes. I know caching is like usually when you like cash some stuff, and caching, and we don't mean like cash, like cold hard money cash, right?
No.
we mean like caching, like CACH
Correct.
ING, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Have you heard of it before too?
no.
Okay, so for a while there, geocaching became like really, really popular, and people were doing it all around town. Basically, it's like these coordinates that people will post about, and you've got to find this location that's like hidden somewhere, or someone hides something in that place. So it's kind of like as if someone like dropped a pin somewhere. You've got the coordinates, but you got to figure out what's there and try to find that exact spot. Because although someone gives coordinates to a certain spot, obviously they might have hidden something in a crack, behind a brick, in a hole. Like, you've got to find the spot that they've actually left something. So some people will do for a while there, you mentioned earlier, like stones. People were finding like these stones that were being left around, and then you'd mark your name on it, or you'd decorate a stone or leave a stone.
Oh my God, those stones.
And people were finding them, and they were doing it through geocaching. Now, and I think there was a game that was also doing it for a little while. But so sometimes it's people will leave like almost like a treasure hunt. So you can do like multiple locations and like find like little pieces of paper with clues that then give you coordinates to the next one, or there's apps for it, so you can literally like.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, how do we find these?
So there are apps for it. So if you like look up geocaching, you can find apps that will where people have like basically left this treasure map trail, and you kind of got to go around and you find these locations. So I haven't actually done it before, but I know people who have, so I'm aware of what it is. But yeah, I haven't actually done it. So it does seem like it would be a lot of fun to actually go kind of on a treasure hunt.
Yeah, we're totally doing that.
Yes. Sorry. Going back to the summer movies and the Goonies. If you haven't seen the Goonies, what's wrong with you? First of all, second of all, that movie is all about kids treasure hunting, which is why it appealed to so many people's imaginations.
Yep.
And it made me always want to go on a treasure hunt, and now I want to do that thing.
So this is like 2019 version of treasure hunt.
Yeah, gotcha.
But and granted, you don't know what the treasure is. It literally could be a piece of paper that's just like, haha, fooled you. Or it could be something that's like a little piece of poetry, or...
But it doesn't matter because it's the whole like hunt of it, and you don't know what's going to be
The
there.
thrill of the hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and also you can then leave something for the next person to find.
Oh, right.
Which is also, like I said, that's why the stones became such a thing, because people would find them and then decorate them and then go hide that stone in a different area. And then, you try to find your own stone eventually, or after it's been moved, or you take pictures and people would post it online. Like, I found this one at this location, and then hashtag it.
Cool.
So you can kind of follow the trail.
You're saying we could go on one of those and then we could leave in its place a Champagne Way something.
We totally could. Oh my gosh, we could start a Champagne Way geocaching treasure hunt.
Done.
We should do that. Oh my God, we should totally do that.
Okay. Wow. Let's add that to the Champagne Way summer bucket list, everyone.
No.
This is
Okay.
gonna happen.
Yep. Stay tuned for that. So I got a couple more.
Okay.
Dance in the rain. Hello. Yes.
Okay.
Join a flash mob.
Ooh, you should totally do that.
Yeah, and I feel like I read somewhere there's like a website you can go to find all the flash mobs in your area.
Also, I
thing.
think you can go on like Facebook and just search like flash mob in your city, and you'll usually find like groups that'll pop up. Because I think I'm part of the flash mob Nashville group. I've never done anything with them, but I get their notifications.
Oh, cool.
I bet you could be part of someone's engagement flash mob.
That would be cool.
Or someone's secret wedding flash mob.
Oh my God. Make that party, not just any flash mob, make that your bucket list.
I have also heard that
Oh.
you can look them up for other cities, like the groups that do flash mobs. So that way it's like if you happen to be traveling to a big city, like for instance, New York, you're going to New York and you want to know, are they going to be doing a flash mob somewhere? You can look that up and see. Now you might not always have that information because they keep the groups pretty private, but like, I think you can look it up and kind of get information and be like, hey, are you doing one anytime? Like while I'm visiting?
Sure.
I feel like that's how you secretly get in a movie or something.
Probably.
Oh. Okay. And then my last one is I would like to try a $100 bottle of champagne.
Can I come over when you do that?
If you bring your own bottle.
Does it have to be a $100 bottle?
See, I was ahead of the game there when I told people who are coming to our Champagne Way champagne tasting.
Uh-huh.
If you guys want to bring a $100 bottle of champagne, you'll help Lindsay cross an item off her bucket list.
Please, sir, may I have another?
That would be awesome. I want to do that. That would be super. I just want to go pick out one of the really expensive pretty bottles at the store and be
Yeah.
like, I want that one.
That one.
That's what it is. Yeah, I just want to go to the liquor store and be like, yes, I want that $110 bottle, and I'm okay to buy it.
I feel like I'd get up to the counter, and even if I had the money for it, I'd be like, I don't know if I could actually pay.
I know. That would be a serious taste test. Like we would have to sit here and cleanse our palates with like water and saltine crackers or something, or the oyster crackers. We'd have to bring the oyster crackers back.
I know. Marshall would kill us for that one, though, because we made lots of mouth noise. That
We
he
would
didn't.
not.
loved it.
He loved it, and we wouldn't care.
Well, anything else on your bucket list?
No, that is it.
That is
Okay.
it.
Feel free to steal any of mine or come hang out and we can do it together.
Well, Trina and I are going to work on ours.
Yes, definitely. But stay tuned on the next episode because we will be breaking down a few more of our summer bucket list must-dos this summer.
Yeah,
Yes.
and please share with us again on our social media or our website. Let us know what's on your bucket list, or maybe some suggestions for our other listeners.
And also tell us if you have done anything on these lists. If you got a good story from trying any of these things,
Yes,
let us know. We
If
love
it's really
those.
good, then we'll read it on the episode.
We will definitely. We love to laugh at other people's, stories. I'm just saying.
We like to laugh at other people's expense, is what you mean.
Yes, pretty much. I mean, come on. We get a little champagne in us. Who doesn't let a laugh at a good story?
I mean, heck, y'all laugh at our stories all the time.
exactly.
Pretty much.
So give us an opportunity to return the favor.
So, yeah. So if you had a funny wine tasting experience, were you also trapped in a car or something during a scary movie at the drive-in? Let us know. Or if you had a weird drive-in experience or anything like that, tell us.
Yes. Definitely. Alrighty. So we've got something new this episode.
We do.
Yes. Our treat of the week. Each of us are going to discuss what is one thing that we are just like super excited about this week. Like
Treat yourself.
it is all about treat yourself. So it can be anything at all. So Jess, what's on your treat of the week list?
Okay. Well, and this is actually good because this might help you with your summer bucket list, actually. So I was at the gym, and sometimes at the gym I have to watch stuff to distract me from, exercising. And so I was on the HBO app, and they had a movie called Crazy Rich Asians.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that movie's so good.
Okay.
I love it.
Right. Exactly. So I watched it in 2 parts because I didn't exercise for 2 hours or however long it is. So I watched it in parts, but it was so good. And I finished watching it and I was like, well, I'm gonna read this book.
Yes.
So long story short, I compared prices and Amazon had the best price. I ordered the whole series.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
So it's a series. It's Crazy Rich Asians, and I think it's like Crazy Rich Girlfriend, and then it's Crazy something else. Anyway,
I didn't realize it was a series.
it's a series.
I have seen the book. I have wanted to read it since the movie was so funny.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's great. So it's by Kevin Kwan. And on Amazon, it was only $25 for all 3 of those books in trade paper, which is a great price. And it came in a nice little book set.
Yeah, and
Nice.
right now, if you have at least Comcast, you can watch the movie for free.
That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. So it was a great movie. And so I instantly, as soon as I saw the movie, I was like, this is like a great summer read. Like, I was like, I can imagine sitting on my patio with a drink reading this. Like, that's what I thought. So I got it in time for Memorial Day, and that's exactly what I did. I sat poolside with my bottle of Prosecco. Thank you, future father-in-law Lee.
Daddy Lee.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So it's Crazy Rich Asians, China Rich Girlfriend, and Rich People Problems. That's the series. And so I've just been reading Crazy Rich Asians, but it's super entertaining. And it's just like a really fun, when you think of a summer read, that's what it is. So like that is what I am super enjoying this week. That's what I enjoyed all Memorial Day weekend. I highly recommend it, and that is my treat of the week.
Nice.
Lindsay, what is your treat of the week?
So mine is actually something I've been obsessed with since we went to Disney.
What is that?
Okay, so when we went to Epcot and we did the drink around the world thing, what's it called?
The Epcot
Food and Wine Festival?
Yeah, that. Okay. So, me and producer Marshall got stuck in Japan, ended up doing like a sake tasting. And there was this one sake we loved. And that was like halfway around the world because we were a little tipsy. So I finally figured out what it was. It's a Nigori sake.
A Nigori sake.
Yes. So it's supposed to be drank cold.
Oh, okay.
And it's cloudy.
Okay, I remember y'all trying this.
So good, y'all. It is just so delicious. I love hot sake, but this is just much smoother, I guess you could say. But I went and even got these little sake cups to drink it out of.
Oh, so
Aw.
cute.
So do you think it's like smoother because it's like the cloudy and cold versus like the clear and warm sake?
Maybe. But I've made everyone else in my house try it and they hate it. But they don't like regular sake.
Sorry, why didn't you bring it with you?
Because I drink it all.
Okay, well, can you find this at your local liquor store?
Yeah, and they have a bunch of different brands. Just look for Nigori. It's going to be the cloudy. Again, you're going to want to refrigerate it. You're going to want to put it in your wine cooler, and you're going to drink it chilled.
Yeah. Well, we'll post some stuff about all of these things on the Champagne Way website. If you go to our show notes for each episode from here going forward, we'll make sure we put some links up to these, or at least list out the titles of each thing so that you know the spellings of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
What's your treat this week?
My treat of the week is actually a shout out to Apple AirPods.
Ooh.
Yes, those obnoxious things that you see in everyone's ears. They're like, you know, are they talking to you? Are they talking to someone else? Yeah, they're obnoxious and they're horrible sometimes. But Marshall and I, we were on our way back from Georgia to Tennessee after our nephew's graduation, and we made it a point to stop off at the Unclaimed Baggage Store. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I'm sure I've talked about it before.
I want to go.
I love that place. It's amazing, and we stop as often as we can, which is usually once or twice a year.
Yeah.
And our biggest thing is that we always search through the electronics to see if there's something that we want to try, or that we see that we need. Last time we were there, we bought a computer.
Wow.
And times before that, we bought like cameras and stuff. So this time we saw that they had some AirPods there, and they're brand new practically, and they were half off than the regular price because they're usually $200 a pair. And we'd been kind of tossing around the idea of getting some like Bluetooth earbuds because that's what these are. And so we decided to get one pair that we would share because we were like, okay, you know, he needs them when he's on the road. I can use them during the week when I'm working and stuff. That like within like half a week, we were both like, we need a second pair. These are amazing. They're just so cool. They sync quickly with your phone. The case that they come in actually charges itself. So each earbud charges or has its own charge, but then the case that it comes in also charges them. And then you charge that case. It's weird, but
So is it the one that comes with your phone?
it's not the one that comes with your phone. So it looks like the earbuds that come with your phone, except for without the cord.
Yeah, but mine doesn't have a cord.
Yours doesn't have a cord.
No,
Is it only one or is it two?
there's two.
Does it have a little case?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe they do that with like the new phones. Mine's not that new. Mine's like a 7 Plus.
Okay, I'm gonna investigate.
So, but they are pretty amazing if they are the same as these Bluetooth ones. Like if they're the AirPods, they're so cool. You can use one at a time and it automatically senses which one you have in your ear. If you pull it out, it automatically stops your music. You can double tap it, make Siri work. It's quick and easy to sync to anyone's phone by literally opening the case next to it, and it tells you how much power is in it.
Wow.
You can name them. Ours are called Mr. and Miss Pods.
Oh, that's romantic.
Since we're sharing. And they last forever, but it's great. You can hear so clearly. They're like noise reduction for everything else. It's so good.
Fancy.
So yeah, if you have been on the fence about whether or not it's worth it to go buy some AirPods, it probably is. I mean, they do say that the battery life on them will eventually fade to a point where it's like it'll get annoying to recharge them. I mean, they're earbuds that go in your ears. Of course, the batteries aren't going to last forever. So if they stop working after 2 years, get over it and go buy a new pair.
Yeah, all right.
But, it's for us, like we found it. We love this store and we got them for half off.
I'm totally
So-
adding go to the store on my bucket list.
So that's a road trip.
That is totally worth going on your bucket list. If you live anywhere near, it's in like, I don't know the south, what would that be? The south, well, actually, I guess it would be like the northeast corner of like Alabama. So I'm thinking from the opposite side because it's like not far from Chattanooga and not far from like Georgia, but it's in Alabama.
Yeah.
So it's like where they all meet in the state
middle.
line. It's like 30 minutes outside of like Chattanooga and then 30 minutes like outside of certain parts of Georgia.
So like if you do a Chattanooga road trip, if you are in that region, then you could just go there on a day trip.
Oh yeah, even from Nashville, it's like you can go there on like a short road trip and it'd take like an hour and a half to get there. It's totally worth it going.
Oh.
I mean,
William Fry, listen.
if you like going through like thrift stores and really again like hunting for good stuff, it's such a good place to go. You can go shopping for days there.
Ooh.
But again, the electronics, the books, the luggage, all of that stuff.
You just said books. Jess was
It's
like,
so amazing.
I'm on my way right now. I'm not even here anymore.
Oh yeah, I got all sorts of fun things from that place. I think actually my intern, I told him about it like last semester, and he and his friends took a random road trip down there, and he came in the next week, and I saw the stickers on his brand new laptop, and I was like, "You went, didn't you?" And he was just like, "Yeah, I did." And he did the same thing. He got a pair of headphones. There was these nice headphones, and he got like a new laptop. It was
Nice.
you can get a good deal there. It's totally worth it.
I
All right.
like that.
Well, we're on our way.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's time for Drink About It.
Drink about
Drink,
it.
drink, drink, drink.
I'm like your background singer. I'm just gonna
I
repeat
know,
what you
I know.
said.
I feel like y'all should try to harmonize with me or
Drink,
something.
drink, drink, drink.
Like Justin's just like, I'm gonna add some texture to this. Drink,
Yeah.
drink, drink, drink. All right, what are y'all drinking about this week?
Yeah, Jess.
Mine's a pretty positive drink about it. It's
Okay.
kind of random.
Okay.
I thankfully had a really rough week at work last week, but it's pretty been.
Thankfully.
Okay, no. Let me.
Let's start that one over. You've been drinking a lot, haven't you?
I had a rough week at work last week, but thankfully it's been pretty smooth sailing this week, which is really nice. And I actually randomly got my first wedding present today at work.
From Daddy Lee.
No, not from Daddy Lee. From a coworker, because we're going to get married this month. And I just mentioned it to my coworker yesterday. I was like, yeah, we're definitely going to get married this month because it just needs to happen. And like insurance stuff, like it's going to happen. Romance. And I was like, I bought my wedding headpiece from Amazon,
Hell
yes,
yeah.
And so I showed up at the office this morning and she literally had a wedding gift wrapped and handed it to me as soon as I walked in the door. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. Like,
What was it? What was it?
It was because she knows that I like to bake and Will likes to cook. And she also knows that we don't have a very large kitchen right now. And so she got us some of those magnetic spice holders.
Oh, yeah.
That you can like put on, you know, you can fill with spices. It's like 20 of them that you can fill with different spices and put like on your refrigerator or wherever.
I've always wanted those. I probably would never use the spices in them, but I just think they look so cool.
Yeah.
Well, and they don't even have spices in them. You fill them with your own spices.
Oh, good. So
Yeah.
you can put whatever you want.
Yeah. Like I don't think I'd want things that already had spices in them because I buy my own spices. But it was so nice and so random, and I was just like, oh, like. Because like I haven't done any registry or anything. Like I just didn't even think
Yeah,
about
you
it.
need to do that.
Do you think it would be weird to fill them just with like candy?
Ooh.
No, because I actually thought about it because I was like, well, I mean, my spices do take up room in my pantry, but like I don't mind that there are in what they are. But I was like, I would totally use these to organize other things.
You could do champagne gummy bears, champagne jelly beans, champagne tart. Like you could do all different champagne candies.
Come on, it's Jess. It'd be filled with all different kinds of like baking sprinkles and sugars and crystals and all the colors of every.
Oh my God,
dessert.
Trina, what a good idea.
I can just see yours now and just like all the glittered things.
So, I mean, they're pretty much just going to, I will use them. They're just, maybe not for spices, but for like other organization things.
Yeah. That's
So,
super cool.
Yeah, so that's my like drink about it. Like it was like started off negative last week, but then it ended, it's been on a positive.
Also asking for a friend, what else do you want for your wedding shower?
Do you want a kitty?
Would you like a cat? More champagne. Asking for a friend.
She wants $100 bottle of champagne.
We've already got your gift picked up, but what else is on your list?
Okay. I gotta think about it.
All right.
I don't.
All right, we'll come back to that.
Great.
Trina, what are you drinking about?
I just got companion pass and it's amazing. If you don't know what that is Southwest Companion Pass and it's amazing.
So what do you do to get, what does that mean?
So I've always wanted the coveted companion pass, and that basically means like one person gets the companion pass. So in this case, producer Marshall got the companion pass in his account. He reached the level, and he can put one person at a time on his account, and I think he can change it up to like 3 times in a year. But he can pick one person, and anytime he books a flight, they can book a ticket with him to go on that trip for only taxes, and that's it.
He didn't tell me. He put me on his companion pass.
So we booked our first trip.
Oh, we did?
Well, he and I booked our first trip. We're going down to Florida to visit some of my family in June. I'm super excited
Disney
about
World?
this. I'm not going to Disney World. We are going to a water park though, but I'm super excited about that. But we are. We booked our trip down to Florida, and like because of his companion pass, so we paid for his ticket. And then we booked my companion pass. You want to know how much it cost?
Yes. What?
$11.20
What?
round trip.
Just
Round trip, just for me. It's
Yeah.
$11.20.
Heck yeah.
It's like so amazing. And so that's even cheaper than I had thought for like, because usually when it shows taxes and fees at the bottom of someone's flights, it's usually like more like $40.
Right.
So I was figuring, okay, we booked his ticket. His flight was like $197, and then with taxes it was like $40. And so like his ticket came out round trip $230, which is still a great deal for like going down to Florida and back in the middle of summer. And so I was expecting like it was going to cost us another $50 for my ticket. So when I realized it was only $11 round trip, I mean, you're talking 2 of us are flying round trip to Florida for less than like $250.
Wow.
Girl.
It is amazing. All the places that I want to go now. Like now that I've realized it's so much cheaper. And so we're excited about it because since he flies a lot for gigs, anytime that they book his flights and pay for it, like through the label or through management or anything like that, I can, if they book it on Southwest, I can just go on there. It doesn't matter who pays for his ticket, but as long as he has a ticket on Southwest, I can add companion pass and I can fly with him.
Oh.
If you don't know, Marshall's a famous drummer, and he travels all over the world, even out of the world sometimes, and plays gigs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know about out of the world. Does he go to space? Does he
I
not
think
tell
he
me?
went to Mars last year. Oh, we weren't supposed to tell you. Sorry.
I don't know if I get companion pass for that.
Cost like a little extra.
But yeah, if you do want to know about Companion Pass, I learned about it I learned about it last year. It's usually you have to have you have to have flown 100 times within a year.
100 times?
Yes.
He's flown that many times?
No, he has not. Or you have to get basically like rapid rewards points. You have to get over 110,000 points, which is a lot of points too.
Dang.
So how most people do it is they wait for Southwest to have these certain credit card deals. So you can get like a personal credit card or a business credit card, and basically once you apply for it, get approved, and you spend money within a certain amount of money within a certain amount of time. Like sometimes it's spend $2,000 within 3 months of getting the card, which is really easy to do if you put everything on that and like your bills, utilities, yada yada, and then or your mortgage for a month or anything like that, and then pay it off immediately. Because it's really not hard. It's daunting at first when you think about it, but you can spend that much easily.
Yeah.
Even if it's like $3,000 or $4,000, it's not hard. And so in his case, it was that. It was like you had to spend so much money within a certain period of time, and then they give you Companion Pass till the end of the year. So we have this until, the December 31st.
Yeah.
And they gave him 30,000 points, I think, 30 or 40,000 points. So those go towards us booking additional flights for free.
Y'all better use it.
We are going to go to all the places this summer. All the places. Like, I'm waiting for them to send out one of those emails where it's like, where are the cheapest places you can fly from Nashville? And I'm just going to pick all of those places and book a bunch of flights.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yes. I'm excited for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be nice if they have like family passes for Companion Passes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be
Hello.
cool.
Hello. The Champagne Way family needs to go on a vacation.
For show.
So anyways, what are you drinking about, Lindsay?
So I'm drinking about that I'm the worst wife in the world.
Oh no, this is a
Uh-oh.
vent-worthy drink. What's going on?
I am in the doghouse, y'all. And y'all hear me talk about Jade, maybe butcher a little bit, but it was completely me this time.
Oh no! What? I'm curious about this because it's normally not you in the doghouse.
Yeah, and so something happened on Memorial Day, and he's still mad at me about it. So for the Monday, Memorial Day, we went to my friend Abby's house. They just put in a pool. So it was me and my husband, Jay, and our daughter, and then my niece and her friend. And they had some friends over as well. And I brought some champagne to drink, obviously. And I had my little cup, the insulated champagne cup. It was great. Well, then my friend Abby's husband was like, oh, I have some moonshine pickles.
Moonshine pickles?
They're good. I've had them.
Oh my God.
What?
Yes, it's like the moonshine cherries, but it's pickles.
I've not heard of either of those things, but that sounds very interesting.
Y'all, they were so delicious. I ate 8.
No.
I was like, chomp, 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 chomp. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Are they like super potent?
I mean, they're in moonshine.
Oh my God.
So think about it. And they're regular there's not pickle chips, they're regular pickle size.
So is that like comparable to like 8 shots or 16 shots or
it's a lot. Like it's like a spear, a pickle spear.
Oh my gosh.
So I had like 8
soaked
of them.
in moonshine.
Oh, Lindsay.
Yes. So
were you able to function the next day or that night?
I was fine that day. I'd made a mess of myself. Like I was like the worst person ever that night. It's always moonshine. It's always moonshine.
It's always moonshine.
So we're driving home. I vaguely remember this. I only know because my niece decided to film it.
Oh,
Stacey, please send that to us. I would like that video like right now.
and I guess me and Jay's driving. He's completely sober, which is so much fun with your other ridiculous drunk person who's been eating moonshine pickles. And
I bet he was so mad at Abby's husband.
Well, he said he at one point told me to stop drinking. I don't remember that. So
somebody
did it really
got to close the jar of moonshine pickles.
Yeah. Anywho, well, people kept getting a couple, and then they're like, "Oh, these are too strong. I can't eat but half of one." And I was like, "I'll eat it." I didn't taste any alcohol. Just saying.
Oh no.
So we're driving home, and I'm gonna do my interpretation from the video that I watched.
Okay.
So I said, "You know what, Jay? Rory isn't even your child."
Oh,
Lindsay! I had an affair. and she's not even yours. I had sex with a leprechaun in a magical shamrock forest.
Oh my gosh.
And that's the truth. I don't know what you want from me, but that's the truth.
So, I mean, I could see him getting super pissed off at the beginning of that and then breaking down and being like super just like, you're crazy.
So,
also, that child looks so much like him. It's ridiculous. And clearly has his head of hair.
Yeah.
So, the next morning, he was like, you told me you had an affair last night. And I'm like, I did? And he's like, yeah, watch this. I was like, oh, the leprechaun. So, like, for the he sent me a leprechaun, like, GIF. And then, he's like, I don't know. It's just been kind of funny. But he still is a little butthurt about it.
I mean, you did tell him you cheated on him with a leprechaun.
Yeah.
So is that what he's like ranking up against right now? So you're into little dudes that wear green suits.
In a magical shamrock forest, which if somebody can show me where that is, then
You might have an affair too.
I mean, well, hey, at least I'll know where the unicorns are, because if there's any unicorns, that's where they're hanging out.
That's true. That's true. Wow, that's hilarious though. Like, that's hilarious. Also, I'm still fascinated by the pickle moonshine or moonshine pickles. I've never heard of that.
It's I feel like anytime I get into moonshine, it just ends in trouble.
Well, last time you got into the moonshine here, we all got in trouble.
Yeah.
And got banned from moonshine.
Well, I have a moonshine story too.
Oh, what's yours?
I mean, mine's not like that, but they just opened
No leprechaun affairs?
No, I'm sorry to say. I mean, but they just opened the Yeehaw Brewery and Old Smoky Moonshine tasting room right downtown.
Oh.
And so fiance Will and I went and checked it out a couple of weekends ago. And I started with 2 moonshine cocktails, first of all, at the bar, because I wasn't drinking beer. And so I went, the only liquor they have really was, I mean, they have other liquor, but all the cocktails involved moonshine. So,
yeah.
I mean, I had a frozen moonshine cocktail, and then I had one cocktail that had 3 different kinds of moonshine.
Ooh.
And then we were going to leave, but they had moonshine, Old Smoky moonshine that I'd never seen before, that I was like, oh, I want to bake with this, which I did this week. But we were like, oh, let's taste it. Well, guys, I think a tasting is going to be like 3 or 4 things that you pick. No. You pay $5 and you taste 12 different moonshines.
Okay.
And you start with the white lightning.
Yeah. See, I was wondering about that. When I did the Old Smoky moonshine tasting when we went to Gatlinburg one time, and it was amazing. But we did do like 12 little trials, and then we went to another one like down the street and tried like another 6 or 7. And that's how we ended up coming home with like 3 different bottles of moonshine that weekend. And we had like an oatmeal cookie moonshine.
What?
A root beer moonshine.
Stop. They have an oatmeal cookie moonshine?
Yes. Marshall was like obsessed with it.
Well, they don't have it anymore. They don't have it at the where we were.
And then we had a caramel apple moonshine, which was so good.
What? They had an oatmeal cookie.
I think I had that somewhere.
That
still.
root beer moonshine is the one I found in your panty drawer when we all got wasted.
My mom really still wants to try it. She asked me about it this past weekend.
The root beer one?
Yeah.
The root beer one is really good, but it's lethal.
But they don't have it. But at this tasting though, they did have the the pickles were one of the ones you could taste.
So good.
I wonder, does it taste anything like a pickleback shot?
Well, clearly not, because Lindsay got wasted from it, and the pickleback's supposed to not get you drunk, right? It's supposed to help you.
Well, it can help you, but it kind of just like takes away the flavor of like the whiskey that you're drinking.
I don't know. They were delicious pickles. That's all I remember.
Okay, so well,
yeah,
IDK though.
I don't know, but I kind of want to try one now.
Well,
I'm gonna have to hunt these down.
I was talking shirt about the pickle. I was like, this is like from a distillery. I'm used to the real moonshine, the bootleg moonshine that they make in jugs in the backyard and blow up the house. And then that happened, and then I was like, I can't talk shirt about those pickles no more.
no, you can't.
Can't talk shirt about them.
You can't talk shirt about them. Well,
not at all.
Because I had the butter pecan ones and made the butter pecan moonshine and made butter pecan banana bread with moonshine.
Oh, I saw that. That looks so good.
Yeah, but Lindsay girl, maybe you had the pickles and then you talked about leprechaun, so you were associating the green and the green.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, whatever, Jay.
Yeah. Whatever. Well, if you've got a drink about it that you'd like to share with us on the next episode, be sure to hit us up on our Instagram at The Champagne Way, on our Facebook at The Champagne Way, or go online and submit to us at thechampagneway.com, because we want to hear all your vent-worthy and celebratory drink about it's for all time.
We just want to hear all your stories.
We do.
Yeah.
We love your stories. Hopefully you love all of ours and learning about moonshine pickles, because I did not know about these.
Yes, and we still have our Dear Bubbles segment. We've obviously helped everyone in the world who ever had a problem, but hopefully this next 2 weeks you have a problem and you can submit one so we can solve it.
Yes, we want to solve all your problems.
Because listen, friends, we live in the South. We like talking about moonshine. We like hearing your stories, and we like solving other people's problems.
And the drunker we get, the wiser we get. Just
I
saying.
mean, duh.
Obviously.
So give us your problems, and we'll solve them. Dear Abby ain't got nothing on us.
Ain't got nothing.
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 Ooh, Rory can say Abby now.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that's cool.
From Abby Cadabby, Sesame Street.
Oh.
Well, what we may or may not talk about on the next episode of the Champagne Way. When is our champagne tasting party, and who is going to bring us a $100 bottle of champagne? And will it be delicious or taste like the same as our $15 bottles of champagne?
Oreo, I'm looking at you.
That's a cat.
Will Trina get to try the moonshine pickles? Because now I really, really want one right now.
I have them at my house. I'll bring them to you.
Yes, you should. Also, will Lindsay's next child have bright red hair, come out wearing a little green suit and dancing a little jig and giving out little coins?
Oh, yeah.
Find out on the next episode of The Champagne Way.
They're magically delicious.
A special thank you to Second Sound Productions and producer Marshall, who may or may not do anything with this podcast because his wife Trina does it all in high heels walking backwards. And a special thank you to all the cats for being really quiet. They weren't.
Meow, meow.
We would just love you forever and like give you moonshine pickles, like Lady and the Tramp style, if you subscribe to our podcast, like it, and rate it, and obviously give us an amazing rating because we're pretty flippin' awesome. And like us on Instagram and Facebook, and we have a Pinterest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And if you have any ideas for our show, you should definitely hit us up and tell us about them.
Yeah.
Always looking for that new input.